Hey everyone, Big Mac here. How's it going? Welcome to my next Let's Play for a game. Just to let you guys know, this is just the introductory video, so there won't be any actual gameplay footage. So if you want to wait for that, just come back tomorrow or whenever the next episode winds up getting uploaded. So I mentioned I left a couple of clues regarding what this next LP was going to be. I mean, I'm glad Quest is finally done. I enjoyed it, and then and then on another aspect, I did not appreciate how long it was, because it was like 40 parts almost. So, not my favorite thing in the world, but whatever. It all worked out pretty well still, I think. Anyway, so this is my new LP. I intended to be about 8 videos long, like I've mentioned. That was one of the clues. So just to give that was to give you guys the idea that this game in itself isn't very long. Maybe at most a couple hours, if even that. Which the way I'm going to be playing it, it's not. So don't worry about that. But the key clue, I guess, was 3 p.m. So if you were like me back in the days of old people, apparently now, 3 p.m. meant you just came home from school. It was time to watch cartoons. So, of course, before we had Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon pretty much being the exclusive owners, well, with Disney too, being the exclusive owners of cartoons. And yeah, I know there are other channels. There's the Hub. There's NBC still has a like Cubo type thing, but I don't know. But cartoons, I don't know. I still kind of feels like they had their heyday back in my time. But of course, I'm biased towards that. But I mean, I remember I watched my Nicktoons pretty adamantly. Doug I loved, Rugrats I liked. Silly air conditioner. I'll turn you off later. Ren and Stimpy I did not like. Rocco I loved. Ariel Monsters, no, I didn't really care for it. Then what came next? Hey Arnold? Hey Arnold was okay, but not my favorite. Then, what came next? Angry Beavers? Angry Beavers I liked. And then SpongeBob came. And, in all honesty, SpongeBob killed Nickelodeon for me. I gave up on Nicktoons because of SpongeBob. So, any of the stuff after that, Invader Zim, Teenage Robot, Chalk Zone, I never saw any of it. I have yet to see any of it. I might have seen one episode of Chalk Zone. But anyway, besides Nickelodeon, there was other juggernauts. There was Disney Channel, DuckTales, Chip and Dale, obviously, Rescue Rangers. TaleSpin, I didn't really care about TaleSpin too much. But other than that, you also had all your other channels. A lot of networks had syndicated cartoons. USA had their Cartoon Express. NBC used to air, what was it? Legend of Zelda and Super Mario cartoons in the morning. And then, of course, you could find Looney Tunes cartoons. Just, I want to say they were mostly on Nick, but I'm honestly not sure. But long story short, speaking of Looney Tunes, of course, Looney Tunes are owned by Warner Brothers. And, before Warner Brothers had its own network, which is now CW or something, I think. They just had, their, whatever cartoons that they had were just syndicated to other networks. So, I distinctly remember 3 p.m., Monday through Friday on the Fox network, was Tiny Toons. Tiny Toon Adventures, of course, if you're not familiar with it, it was a Steven Spielberg production, and basically it was to introduce, it was a new version of Looney Tunes for, a new generation of kids. So, if you guys remember your old Looney Tunes, and I'm glad that Cartoon Network actually brought back, the Looney Tunes show, just to help, regenerate, buzz about these characters, because there's a whole lot of different a whole lot of them, and each of them have their own little quirks, it's just awesome. Tiny Toons tried to do that, and there were mostly analogs of characters between, the original Looney Tunes version and the new version. Of course, the kids were, the cartoons were meant to be more kid-friendly, so they were all kids. Whereas the Looney Tunes, had to appeal to pretty much everybody. But Tiny Toons, always found ways to be, trying to think of a good word for it. ahead of its time, I suppose. And then, of course, future projects like Animaniacs, Freakazoid, Hysteria. I loved Hysteria. Oh my gosh, I love that show. I don't know why I love that show so much, but I did. But all these, you know, Steven Spielberg, Warner Brothers cartoons, I mean, they just had something, a flair about them that managed to transcend, even though, you know, it was arguably generated towards kids, that families could still enjoy. So, without further delay, this Let's Play is of a Tiny Toons game. So, this is Tiny Toons, created by Konami. This game was for the Super Nintendo back in '93. Let's see here. See if the thing will go up or not. Hopefully you heard that, the little Konami logo, which is always awesome. And I'm not going to be doing... And welcome to Tiny Toon Adventures Buster Busts Loose. This will be my next LP, and I gotta stop the footage already because the demo quickly goes to the beginning of the first level, which is what we'll be doing in the next video. So, thank you guys for watching. I will start with level 1, Acme University, in our next video. So this is Big Mac saying, later.